Hi everyone, I am excited to show you this set of pencils that I had for Christmas. Now you may have seen me in my haul video showing you the colouring items that I received, this being one of them, and so I'm going to show you what they're like, how they come out, what we get really. So these were sent to me by the lovely Becky, so thank you Becky. And we have, you can see it's a cardboard box. Does it tell us? It's not in English on the back. I haven't got my camera so I can't translate it. We do say it says made in China, and that's it really. We don't have much other information on the box. I have opened it because I really struggled to open these things without ripping them, and I didn't want to rip my box, so I did it before I came on camera. And we're going to pull out, whoops, we need to that way up, the pencils. Now we get two plastic trays of pencils. These are just actually like the metallic ones in the way they're held in the tray. Let's take this first one out. I'll show you them both actually. I don't see them both. So these are interesting. We've got our sort of more bright colours here, and these are more muted, almost got a lot of browns, sort of more creams and yellows, and lovely olivey colours here. Purple. So we've got quite an interesting range. We'll have a play with them later, and what I will do after I finish making this video is I'll make a swatch chart. I'll put them in the order that I like, because I potentially won't like this order, you know what I'm like, and I will make a chart for you. I might leave them in this order, it's not too bad. And I'll make a swatch chart so that you can have a proper look at all the colours together and see. I'm also quite interested in seeing how they compare with the Castle pastel pencils. I would love to know how they compare with the Holbeins, but I don't have those, and things like that. But I am going to do soonish a whole video comparing different pencils. So there'll be one comparing different pastel pencils, one comparing different metallic pencils, so you can get an idea of what's available. I've got a selection of sets, what they look like, how they compare, but I'll show you these. So we've got a round pencil. It looks like a Holbein in the shape, size, etc. So I don't know whether that's who they're trying to copy and whether they're a good copy or not. I have no idea. So we've got a colour, name and number, which is always really nice. I like having a name. It's in gold on every pencil, yes. And here it says Brutfuner coloured pencil, and it says Brutfuner down here as well. And the barrel, I don't know. I'm looking at that nib and it looks quite creamy, and this looks quite lemony, so I'm not convinced the paint is necessarily a very good indication of the tip. Often they aren't, to be fair, with many. Now these are a budget brand. Brutfuners tend to be reasonably cheap. As these were a gift, I'm not sure how they're pricing at the moment, but compared with, I should imagine they're cheaper than Castle, but they would certainly be way cheaper than Holbeins. Holbeins you pay £4 for a pencil like this. I can't imagine these are that expensive by any stretch. Right, should we get on with playing with them? So I'm going to pop those to the side, and I'm going to pop these here. I've got this book here to test them, and this is Rita Berman's winter book, and all this knitting I thought would be a good place to test pencils, because we've got all sorts going on, and it could be pastel. I wanted to do something wintry. I'm still in the mood for doing more wintry themes, and I just thought this was quite a good place to test. We can mix up the colours however we wish, or just do a whole item. We've got 50 colours here, so we don't want to do just one item per colour, or else we're going to run out. But you know, can do whatever. So where should we start? I don't know. Right, let's start with this hat here. I'm going to do this bobble. Now this is quite a bright yellow. Actually, it doesn't look. It is quite a brownish yellow actually. In the sense that it looks more like an ochre or a Naples than a regular yellow. It's not that orangey, but there's our yellow bobble. They go down quite nicely, quite creamy. You can see that they're reasonably vibrant. Should I come in closer? Would you like to see a bit closer in? There you go. There we go. I'll have to remember to move the book. I'm not very good at doing that. So that one's the Blazing Yellow. I think that's quite a good name actually. Now this one is called Sharp Green. This almost looks fluorescent to me. I'm not keen on doing it on this. I'm going to do it on this ball of wool. Yeah, it does. It's quite neon-y, isn't it? Look at that, fluorescent-y, like a highlighter yellow or something like that. Now, I do find that pastel pencils often have a really fluorescent type green in I'm going to do this bit as well because this is coming from this ball of wool. What am I trying to say? I keep saying I'm just going to follow this up. The castle have a couple of fluorescent ones as well in them. I don't know why that happens really, because it's not what we're looking for. Neons / fluorescent pencils are a whole different kettle of fish. Oh no, I think kettle of fish is the wrong phrase. A whole different packet of pencils. Right, so that is this. It looks a little bit more yellow on camera, a bit less greeny. Okay, our next pencil, we're going towards an orange. Again, looks quite bright. This is called Bright Marigold, so they're admitting it's bright. We're going to do like the edge of the hat. Yeah, that's quite bright, isn't it? I'm just going to sharpen this because I've got quite a small area. They're all square on the ends, as you may have seen when I showed you the first one. So you might want to sharpen all of them, but a bit lazy. I only did the one. I'll sharpen as I need to. I think that's the easiest way. They feel quite soft, I shall have to say. They're not like so soft they just smush away immediately, but they certainly are soft enough to give you a nice intense colour and to easily get penciled down on the paper. Next we have something that actually looks like a pastel. This is called, Vibrant Orange. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Now, where should we go with this? Oh, whoops. I just broke it in my sharpener. My sharpener is too full. That's probably why. Let me see. Right, I've got the lead out. That was a surprise. But imagine doing that with a Holbein or a Caran d'Ache. But with these, yeah, a bit more chilled. There we go. Sharpened nicely. I think I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say that the sharpener was probably a bit full. I'm actually going to colour over the black just so you can see if it works on black. It doesn't really. I wasn't expecting it to, but I just thought it would be, as I had the opportunity to do that experiment, I thought I'd try. You can see it is lying on top of it, but it's just too transparent for us to see. And that's the key really, if you want a good white or pale colour, to colour over black paper or over the top of things you've coloured already. They can't be transparent, whereas it doesn't really work, but that's okay. As I said, I wasn't really expecting it to. I didn't want them to colour on black anyway. So again, quite bright and vibrant, but rather pretty shade, I have to say. Now we seem to be moving on to pink, but we'll see what it's called. Salmon. This looks rather nice, I have to say. I'm going to do these. Oh, I like it. I do like a salmon pink colour anyway. That looks rather pretty. I'd say it's quite like the blush pink in the Prismacolor, but maybe actually a bit prettier. I could really feel that wearing down when I was colouring with it. Quite interesting. Sorry, I don't know if that's in focus. I don't think it is. Right, next colour is the Coral. Again, looks quite pinky. I'm going to do the background of the hat with this one, hence the sharpener. This one didn't break. I think, as I say, I think it was the sharpener. My sharpener's actually quite blunt, so whoops, I need to get my new one out. That would help me a lot. And thanks to Becky, she also gave me a sharpener and it was a Stedler one, which my favourites. I do change the blades in them, but they're actually getting quite old and worn and dirty, and you know, it's nice to have a new one. So there's a lot of area to cover here. I'm not sure that this is matching particularly well. I think it's quite horrible actually. It's a coral and vibrant orange hat. I don't think it's gonna catch on even with little kids, even with the Barbie fans. I don't think it's gonna really work. There we go. You can now see those sort of group of first colours all together. We've got a different type of pink now. Oops. This one, it looks more like a Barbie pink, I suppose. It's called Confetti. We'll move on to this sock. Now there's a lot of detail going on in this, and I think I'm going to make life very easy for myself and make this sock a bit stripy. So we're going to pretend that that is just a texture in the wool, because it makes life a lot easier. I can really feel that these are very soft. I can feel them almost being eaten by the paper, if that makes, I don't know if I'm making sense. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It means that it's really easy to get the colour down, which I think can be helpful, particularly for people who get sore hands or blisters or, you know, other things, arthritis or things like that in their hands. It's quite nice to have a soft pencil. It also hopefully will be nice and blendy. Blendy being, oh, I'm just moving that away a little bit. Blendy, you know, being a word, obviously. Here we go. It's a lot to do. I hope everyone's good. Been a busy bee today. I suppose I always find lots to do, but today I had lots to do. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't like just sitting about not doing much. It's just not me. But today I had to make, I'm going to be cooking a big meal later. This is only for the family. This is Carmine Rose. I probably should have coloured that bit as well, but there you go. Oh, look, this is really intense. I wouldn't say this was pastel. This looks like Polychromos fuchsia. That's what I would compare it to. Anyway, it's only the four of us having a meal, but we want a special meal today, and so my husband's just made some pigs in blankets using some pork mince. He didn't actually make proper sausages. He just shaped the mince into sort of sausage shapes, and I'm going to do some roast potatoes. I've made myself a nice bean bake, and I'm going to make some gravy. And I think my son wants some bread sauce. I have roast potatoes, roast parsnips. I think I'll do this one, and we'll do the top one in a different colour. I don't know why, because I forgot. That's why. And yeah, so we're going to have some sprouts, peas, carrots, sweet corn, and boiled veg. And we're going to have some parsnips and sweet potatoes, roast potatoes. There's going to be some stuffing. I think there might be some chicken goujons for those. Raspberry Rose, what a good name. I really like it. Oh, it is. That's nice. That's definitely more of a pastel-y tone, I would say. So yeah, we're going to have a bit of a feast. They had enough at lunchtime. My husband had shortbread biscuits and custard. They opened the custard, basically. It needed to be used, so they were azalea pink. So they had to use it. You can imagine they were devastated. Husband had custard on shortbread biscuits. One son had it on mince pies. The other one had it on Christmas pudding. So, what a mix. but I can't have it. Lactose intolerant, boo-hoo. But anyway, it was fine. It was nice watching them tuck in and enjoy it, and I had a nice lunch myself. I had some really special olive oil, extra virgin olive oil that I'd bought from the farmer's market, which was really... trying to decide whether to do the thumb a different colour, but I don't think I will. Which was really nice, and some lovely farmer's market bread, so I had a nice lunch. Rose, what does that say? G-I-E-Y. I wonder what that's supposed to say. Rose Guillet. What I'm going to do, I noticed there was another name that didn't make any sense as well. I'm going to put them into Google Translate and see if I can see if they're a different language, you know, or whether they're just misspelt. I don't know, because they're made in China. Maybe someone's got a little bit muddled. Now normally, when if I was colouring something like this, I would make the edges darker and do some fancy shading. But we're not, we're just testing out the colours, so we're just blocking them in mainly. Having a bit of fun. Just a chilled video where I just colour. Now, this next one, oh, I can't get, they're quite hard to get out. I'm gonna Violet Storm. This is printed wrong, I think. Yeah, look, this one has the name there, and then the name of the pencil on the back. Oh no, it's quite close. They're not half and half. Whereas this one, look, the name is really close, and there's loads of blank. I don't think it matters. Well, it doesn't matter to me at all. It's just an interesting observation. So this again, reminder, is Violet Storm. This is to me like a sort of lilac, really, isn't it? Oh, sorry, I'm rattling the pencils with my arm. You can't even see it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. It's so funny. Sorry. I forgot you were watching. I was just chattering to myself. So there is that one. Now, I've very recently-ish reviewed the Faber-Castell red set of pack of pencils, 60 pencils. Though these are much softer than those. This is called Blue Ice. I think we're gonna do some work on this scar. Now we've got a front and a back with different patterns, which is very clever of the person knitting. I guess it could be double, sort of 2 layers of knitting. Now this doesn't look very blue to me. This looks quite purpley. Need to sharpen it. But that's fine. It's just, you know, the names don't always work. I mean, I've got, in what, there's one, like a Carolina blue in Chroma Flow, and for me, it's a grey, you know, and it looks more pink than, pinky grey than blue, you know, so I don't always agree with the names, but they can be a lot of fun. We'll do this one. There we go. I remember when my friend Mary coloured this page. I think it was this page. I remember her keep messaging me going, so much knitting. So much knitting. It's really funny. But I don't know if I even had this book then. Anyway. We're going to do this. I'm only doing this in this colour as well because I think it makes sense for the picture that you would use the same wool on each side. Wool, yarn. My sister calls it yarn because she doesn't use wool because she's a vegan. So she calls it yarn. Of course it then incorporates all sorts of materials because most wool that you knit, knitting wools, are actually acrylic or cottons these days. It's good because I can't. Wool makes my skin itch, so if I had to knit with wool, I'd find that really difficult. It's interesting because my mum is the same, and yet she used to knit with wool, but it was things like mohair that really she couldn't stand, really made her hands itch, but I guess I get it from her. She used to knit so much when I was young. I think she's knitting at the moment a top for herself, a sort of little jackety, like a cardi, I think. But yeah, when I was young, she should always be knitting me jumpers. It was just cheaper. And oh, I can't get this pencil out. I've got quite a lot of blues coming up. This one is called Bel Air Blue. This one is in the middle, the name it. Pretty much. I don't think this blue is going to go with this blue. Does that make sense? Tempting to do it here instead on our bobble, because it doesn't go. It's just a completely different shade. This one's purpley. This is more of a sky blue, I would say. Now I've found this good technique for colouring bobbles, which I'm not going to show you here, but I can talk you through. Is that once you've done that, get a darker blue and do a pattern like that, but leave gaps, and then a darker blue, and then maybe even a black or an indigo, and it looks all fluffy. We don't have all those colours in this set because that isn't what we're doing with these. This one, River Blue, looks really like a cerulean blue or a sallow blue, something like that, but we're going to put it here. Yeah. Again, it's quite... maybe this is more like a sky blue than that. I don't know. This one looks more like the Polychroma sky blue though. This looks more like the Castle Art sky blue. What colour is the sky? Today it's grey white, very cloudy. We had a lot of wind last night. It was supposed to be in the afternoon, I think, and then clearing. It seemed quite quiet, and then last night in the night it was windy. I think it just came a bit later than they were predicting. What's this called? Norse blue. It looks similar. We'll see. I think it looks a bit slightly greenier. Yeah, maybe it's slightly greener. Yes, so it was a bit windy. We've had quite a few windstorms lately, but it's I guess it's the time of year. We're past the solstice now, of course, so it'll start getting a bit lighter. We've had the shortest day. Well, it's in the before Christmas, the shortest day. Can't get this one out. I do find if you press them up from the bottom, get your hand underneath the plastic container, that can help. Capri. That's a strange name, isn't it? Capri. I think I'm going to do the whole of this with this colour. I would do alternates, although that would be hard to knit. But I can see what's coming up, and it'll look better on a different item. This page is going to look ever so weird, but I'll find a way of completing it to make it work. There we go. Now, of course not, you should really go that way because the knitting, the way of the knitting. But of course knitting goes in both directions. Normally, right, I pop this one up from underneath so you can see we've got a celadon and it's more of a green. Should do this glove. Looks like a Christmas tree. We'll do this bit though. There we go. And what I quite like is that these greens seem a bit more vibrant than compared to the castles. A lot of their greens are a bit wishy-washy, pale. I mean, I know pastel is pale, but so pale, the grey, sort of greeny colour, whereas these seem quite vibrant so far. This one looks a bit like the, is it Viridi? It's called Irish green. It looks, oh, I don't know actually. I'm going to do this bit and the thumb maybe. This one doesn't feel quite as soft. Oh, it does on that side. Maybe I just found a scratchy bit, or maybe it needs a sharpen. Sometimes you can get a little scratchy bit in a pencil. happens more with the budget sets, but actually I've had it happen with quite a few. I haven't had it happen with polychromos. Summer green. I have had it happen with Prismacolors. So yeah. I had it happen with a pencil the other day, and there was a sort of unmixed scratchy bit of red in my yellow. It was very annoying. And of course, because if it is scratchy, it's really difficult to erase because it really pushes itself down into the paper. So, yeah, it was a bit annoying, but I had to just go with it. You know, I try to just stay chilled. You know, this is my chill thing. Shouldn't be getting stressed. Okay, we've got the grey green now. Oops, it doesn't want to come out. Here it is. Surf green. Going to do the button. There you go. Now, got a glove. This is the misty green. I think I'm going to do quite a lot of this glove with this because I've got one more green coming up, and then we switch colours. Oh, this is quite a grey green, isn't it? Not quite as grey as like the Polychromos earth green, but it's still quite grey. But it is a little bit more muted, but that can be very useful. There we go. I'm going to do the thumb and the ribbing. It doesn't look like ribbing, but that's what I think it is. In the green flash. This is going to be bright. Oh yeah. Good name. There we go. Now we're going back to a blue, which I'm a bit confused by. Yeah. This is called Morning Mist. Which we'll move the book along a bit. The sock. Should we do most of the sock in this colour? Yes. I know it's got leaves on, so it should be green, but hey ho. Hey, I think I've got some Christmas socks. Well, I know I've got some Christmas socks coming. It's I haven't actually the day I'm recording this, I haven't opened all my Christmas presents yet. So, but I know what I've got. But I do like some Christmas socks. Fun, aren't they? I could do it in there and there, but I think I'll just keep it easy and not. The last bluey greeny-ish colour, this one. This is called Spring Bouquet. So, do the toe. It's a nice sort of watery colour, I think. And the sort of rib. There we go. Okay, that's the whole of this first section done. So there are all the colours. Quite bright, aren't they? But they're nice. And the next tray are more muted look. So we'll have a look. It looks like we've got some browns and greys, which are always useful, I think, as well. Let's move down to this glove here. This is the leaf green. God, I can't read. Leaf green. So we're going to do this one here. I think this is a sort of olivey green, to be honest. Yellowy green. It is. It's nice. I love this. It's my favourite shade of green. You can see me using this one up really fast. Should we do the thumb again? Now our next colour. is Mustard. It looks like the right name. Or is it going to be more gold? This looks quite gold to me. Look at that. Oh, it's lovely. Like that. Looks like green gold. Do you think? That sort of shade. Okay. Next. This is willow green. I need to just move along a little bit more. Let's do a bit of this glove. Oh, this glove. Sorry, I'm not looking properly at what I'm doing. This is a bit more of a grey green. It's quite similar to this one actually. A little bit yellower. There we go. Yeah, I say I haven't opened all my Christmas presents yet. It's before Christmas. I'm going to admit it. I was going to put these away until Christmas and I've been naughty and I've got them out because they came olive yellow. Because they came from Amazon. I knew that I was getting them because I'd opened them, and I decided to just record this video a little bit in advance just to give myself a bit of breathing space so that I knew I had some videos recorded. So it isn't quite Christmas yet. And I know I've got some Christmas socks coming because I bought them. And they're going to be my stocking. I can't remember all the things that are in my stocking, so I'm going to ask my husband if he can put I wrapped them up ages ago, if he can put my stuff in there, and then I might not remember it until I tip it out in the morning. It'll be fun. Now we've got a lot of small details here, little leaves and bits and bobs. I'm not going to do those now because I'm going to need to sharpen the pencils, so I thought I would just wait. This is an opal green. It's very dull for an opal green. Now, what's this? Is this like a cowl? Maybe. Let's just do this bit. Can you see? Yeah, I'm getting paranoid now that I haven't moved the book because I forgot that once. I haven't gone back and done any more of that scarf. I've got some purples coming up, so I can nip across and do that, I think. There we go. I've got another green next, which I'm going to do for the rest of this cowl. Here we go. Mint green. Doesn't look particularly minty to me, but we'll have a look. It's tricky, mint green though, isn't it? Because if you look at the mint plant, not only are there different varieties in different colours. I used to have a sort of lemon mint, which had yellow and green leaves, like variegated. But so yes, not only do they come in different colour leaves, the leaves are usually really dark, and that isn't the colour we tend to associate with the word mint, which is interesting. There we go. Gone to blue now. Here is Sky Mist. It's quite a grey blue, isn't it? Let's do the ribbing on the hat. I feel like I need green in there and I haven't got one. I can go back and fill in the gaps later. It's nice to have an intense colour for pastels. You know, sometimes they can just be a bit wishy-washy. This is Sax Blue. I think that's how you would say it. So I wonder how many of you are still on holiday at the moment. I know some people almost work right through the holidays and other people take quite a lot of time off. I think I'm going to do the... No, I'll leave it. can't remember when my lot are all going back. Lavender blue. It feels like it would suit that scarf over there, but I'm going to do it here. Just because that's where I'm at, really. This looks very similar to that blue there. Do you see? Yeah, I shall be changing the order. I do think it makes sense to have all the greens together and all the blues together. Sorry, should I turn you so you're not all squiffy? Yeah, to have all the blues together, all the greens together, sort of makes sense. But anyway. Now we have a sort of strange colour. Smoke blue. Looks grey. We'll just do this bit, why not? Interesting colour. It does look a bit grey to me. Blue-grey. Maybe. Gosh, I'm thirsty. I've got a cup of coffee next door which I made before I came in to do this video. I didn't know how long it would take me, so I didn't bring it through. So wishing I had. Now this is cyclamen. No, sycamon it says, but I think it might mean cyclamen. It might not. That's really, really pretty. I like that a lot. Oh, but look, can you see the scratchy bit? That's what I was meaning when I was talking about you get a sort of dark coloured scratchy bit in there. It might just, sometimes they go all the way through the pencil. Sometimes they're just in a small area. So we'll see. This is called warm grey. I'm actually going to use it in here because we've got a little gap. Feels appropriate. This looks quite green grey to me, but actually putting it next to the greens, not sure, to be honest. Now here, pop this one out, we have a cool grey. I think I'm going to use it over here on this scarf, just because I'm waiting for something to go in there. Yep, that's a good cool grey actually, because I think you could get a good silver out of that if you had the knack. Practiced a bit, so if you fade it like that and then fade it like that, it's quite silvery. We don't want silver on our scarf. Scarves aren't made of metal. I'm going to do this side too. Won't take too long though. But greys are quite a useful addition, I feel, to pastels. Often we don't get any greys in the pastel set, or browny colours. I think we've got some browns coming up. We'll see in a minute. There we go. We've actually finished the whole page. I'm just going to switch over, move my pencils to the side and move you here. There we go. So where were we? We were there. Have we done this one? Yeah. Oh, here we are. Got on this one. Sea fog. Actually, I think I'll go here, like opposite here. We'll do this on the cuff. Now this colour looks really like some of the greys in Chromaflow pencils and Castle Arts Gold. They have this sort of pinkish, greyish look to them, and they are very interesting colours that you don't see in things like polychromos. So, next one looks a bit browner. Whoops. It is the ash rose. Just do this lower part here. It's a bit more orangey, isn't it? I'm not sure whether the next lot of colours are going to match this. I think I might skip on to a different item and then come back to that one. And look like there's something that'll match it at the end. This is the cork. Now I actually got a Holbein cork and it looks really similar to this. Interesting. I'm going to do this glove. I couldn't tell you if the colour is that close or not though. I haven't used it often enough. It's a little bit too orange for me to look like cork, but it doesn't matter. As I say, the names don't matter to me. Right, we have a beige. Now beige is a colour that I often want and don't have in many sets. It's quite a useful one, I think. There we go. If you want to do cut wood, cut unvarnished wood, like soft woods, really hard. This is sand, but that looks quite grey to me for a sand. I can hear someone coughing. I think it's my husband. Yeah, I think I'll leave that there. Now I've got a peach next, which I think will go better on this glove. Peach. I'm going to do it for the thumb though. Ooh, look at that red pigment coming out there. It's actually doesn't look too bad there, but I have to be a bit wary of that. Often you need to sort of colour on the other side of the lead or something like that if you have that happening. So it can be a little bit irritating. This is called Pink Complexion. So I guess it's a pale skin tone. But we don't have any dark ones because they're pastels. I don't know why I've chosen to do this particular area of colour, but there we go. It's a rather pretty colour actually. Right, next we have Shell Pink. This is down here, I think. Just about works with this pinky colour. Now we have Jaune Brilliant. Interesting name, isn't it? Come down here to this one. So this is, I guess, Brilliant Yellow, but again it's quite a brownish colour. No, it's not. Wow, it's a bit like the Castle Arts Naples Yellow, which is I guess it's got a bit of peach in there, maybe a bit of orange, bit orangey, maybe. Our next colour is called Flesh, but it looks yellow to me, so I'm quite intrigued. Oh, it's a different colour to what I expected, but yeah, interesting. We've got two left. This one is called Lemon Meringue. Should we do this sock? We'll do this bit of the sock, we sort of top bit. It's quite pale on this, isn't it? Very much a lemon yellow. Yeah, I think I'll leave that there. This last one has got an interesting name. I think it might be supposed to say Goldfinch or Goldfinger. I'm going with Goldfinch. It's a very heavy plane going over, very loud. No, it's not a plane at all. It's the boiler I can hear. Heating must be kicking in. There we go. So that's our last. So let's just come out a minute so you can see the range of colour as it looks on the page. So we've got our more vibrants here and then duller here. We've got quite a lot of greens actually here. There's a lot of greens in this sort of area. Quite a lot of blues. Nice purple pinks here. Some more salmony pinks and pinky pinks. I think you know what I mean. Yellows as well. And The greys, where is the grey? Were those the grey? It didn't really look very grey or brown. Haven't really got greys and browns, which I thought we did. But the sand and the beige, they're in here. Maybe they are a bit brown, these. But the cool grey and warm grey, where did we put those? Oh, one was here, wasn't it? And one was here. Yeah, so we did have the greys. Yeah. So what I'm going to do before I finish is just do a little bit of shading so that you can see how they blend together. Blending, I mean, not shading. I'm just talking nonsense. So with this hat here, we'll do something. What I'll do is I'll do the outside of this strange looking bobble in a darker purple and then the inside in a pink, and you can see how well they blend. So I'm going to grab this colour, the Violet Storm, for the outside. Let's just do it. I'm going to sharpen it first just so that it can go down. So I'm going to put a lot of layers on this outside bit here. There's a lot of black that's going to get in our way, but I think you'll still be able to see. So I'm putting down a thick layer on this white bit. And then just fade it in a bit towards the middle. Like this. Fade, fade, fade. So it gets less and less. Then we're going to get a pink. Which one should we get? That one looks like it'll go quite... Is that one? Rose grey. I think this one might work. Rose grey. So we want it darker in the centre. This is roughly the middle. And then fade it out towards that other colour like that. It's not, I didn't choose the best place to demonstrate blending because of all the black. But I think that's doing a pretty good job. We'll do a bit of green and blue maybe. Get this blue and what green? Not that one. What's that green? It's a bit bright. The green flash. Got this sort of mid blue, which is the Sax blue. I think I'm going to try and blend it together with the surf green. I don't know, why not? So I'm going to just do it on this bit of the hat. So I'm going to do blue on the edge, really similar to what I did with the other. If I had a swatch chart, I would be able to choose a better green, but I think it might work. So just fade it to the middle, leaving a gap. I think I might not have left a very good gap, but anyway. There we go, just fade it across. And here's our green, surf green. Oh, that's a good vibrant green. That will help us. And then you do the opposite, so we fade it out to the edge. They do mix it pretty well. They sort of layer there on top of each other. So they're fairly soft. There you go. So there are a couple of... The colour looks very nasty, but I think so anyway. But it certainly shows you that they can blend together. So I'm going to finish there because my coffee is going to be absolutely freezing. But not just that, I think I've shown you what the colours are, what they look like, how they blend, that sort of thing. So you've got a few ideas about them. I'm going to put together a swatch chart. There'll be a blank one, in case you've got the set, you want to have a go. And there'll be a one with the colours in, so you can have a look and see what they're like and whether they are something that you'd like to buy or not. Price wise, as I say, they are a budget pencil. These are from Amazon. I'm not sure where else you can get them. Usually these sorts of things are available on AliExpress and those sorts of marketplacey type places as well. It just depends what you've got access to where you live, but I shall put the Amazon links in because I'm an affiliate, and then anything you buy from Amazon using that link I get a little bit of commission, so I thank all of you that do that anyway. Thank you. But yes, I'm going to go off, make the chart, and it'll be attached. It'll be in the description. It won't be attached. It'll be a link in the description, so you can go and find it if you want to. So thank you so much for watching today, and again a big thank you to Becky for the pencils. I am going to have fun with these, and yes, happy colouring.